Okay, well, I've got my microphone on, I may as well try and work on some commentary a little bit. So, it is the start of 1988 here. Who do we have in our farm? There's a fucking lot of them. So we've got Tom Cross here. I've set up his schedule, so let's see. Looks like a race in Hong Kong, Osaka High, Tenno Spring, Takarazuka, Mainichi-Okan, Tenno Autumn, Japan Cup, Arima. The standard year 4 schedule there. So next up, Ogre Recap. I've got too many of these fucking horses lying around, so the first one to really that I'm gonna really be sending anywhere is probably Ogre. I've got him racing in a, let's see, what does that say? Oakland Park, I don't know, some kind of Oakland Park Stakes. This is a G3 in America. This is another G3 in America. There's a Florida Derby. I might take him out of this one just to keep his health up a little bit, because after that it's the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont, and then the, looks like, is that the Haskell Stakes? And then I've sent him back to Japan for the Japan Dirt Classic, Mile Championship, and the Arima. Though really, let's see, how many? Yeah, I've got Ogre and Tama in the Arima there, but what I should probably do instead of that is, let's see, I bet I've got like 4 horses in Mile Championship. Yeah, there's Soccer Boy, there's Ogre Calf, and there's Yaino Mateki. I'm going to take him out of Mile Championship as well. And instead of that, I think what we're going to do here is maybe just keep him in America for the rest of this year. And let's see, when is... Yeah, I think that's in the start of November. So I think Ogre has a chance of taking the Breeders' Cup Classic here and getting the trophy there. If not, I might have to swap over to Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Let's add a couple turns of rest there. Ogre's probably fine to not... I feel like the Florida Derby's probably a bit much in this schedule. Ogre's in pretty good health, but I just really don't want to risk that. So let's see, and let's have like a month and a half of rest there. Maybe 2 months, so that he's in his best shape before we go into the Kentucky Derby. After that, G2, because these G, I mean, and if he doesn't have an overseas horse by then I might rerun it to go and put him and just put him in another race just to try and improve his ability running overseas, so that he's at peak condition when it comes time for the Kentucky Derby. But yeah, Ogre I think is probably in a great place to be going into the overseas races, and my other horses here are Sakura Chiyono and Yaino Mateki, as well as a couple of kind of, oh wait, no, there's Samantha Tosho. She's kind of important. I think her schedule is, yeah, that's all pretty standard. Oh, I forgot to add in any breaks there. Yeah, I just kind of threw her into everything that she looked decent at. And just kind of alternating between, I think, yeah, that's, I can't remember his name, but that's Rudolph's jockey. And this one is, I can't read that. I don't know who that is, but he's okay at, he's one of the better jockeys for miles. And then in some of the other G3s, I'm working on this little up-and-comer. His name is, let me see if I can find him in the list here. He's kind of far down. He's pretty new to the scene, but I think he's got some potential. Let's see, where is it? I think is right there. This is a little guy named Utakatake. He's a real up-and-comer. He's not the best, but I mean, he's got like B sprint, B mile, C medium, B long. And, you know, it's kind of hard to find a decent jockey for long races. And I mean, he's not, and like he's a bit new, but he's decent running in front, and he's not terrible at running later pace. So you know, I think he has a chance. He just this little up-and-comer Utakatake. He's I don't know. He's been in the game for like a year now. Let's see. Oh right, yeah. I entered her into the Queen Elizabeth Cup with a plan of doing a training to increase her distance aptitude there. And that should bring her into range that makes that doable. Because that increases the maximum distance and the minimum distance that they're capable of running by 100 meters. And that can be useful in situations where they're right at the borderline like this. I think I did that, I don't know, maybe a decade and a half back. Well, no, it wouldn't have been a decade, it was like 5 years ago. But I did that so that one of my horses, I think it was Knight Alcatraz, could take Tenno Spring, because I think her distance aptitude capped out at 3100, which was just about short enough. So there's Samantha Tosho, and then which one is this one? Sweet Angela. Sweet Angela. Okay, yeah, that's Sweet Angela. Let's see. Let's see, which one was she? Oh yeah, Sand Sky. She is, so this horse is not the best. She's got one win, and her speed is probably not the best. She'll be important as a mare later, but she's probably the weakest of these. Samantha Tosho has a few wins under her belt. I don't know exactly what her speed stat is, but it's probably fine enough to get through some of the tiaras. And then overseas, let's see. I think this is one of my generic horses. Priciotti. I don't know, Pretty Outie. And she's pretty strong as they come. Really solid speed, just generally good stats all around. She's got 6 G1s right now, so that's pretty good. Let's see, what's her line from again? Oh yeah, one of Wishing Wells kids. Yeah, she's pretty good. And then I've got a whole bunch of horses that are in maiden class there, so we'll see how they stack up. Let's see. Takai no Kaori, Apollo Swift, Nasuno Chigusa. This one's probably... most of Chigusa's foals have been performing very strongly, so she'll probably do pretty good here. This one is Tanburu Tsushima. Tumble Tsushima. Okay. So this one's probably one of the more hopeful ones. Nasuno Chigusa and Marzensky, probably solid. This one is, let's see, that is Welcome Carta. I can't remember if Welcome Carta was anything of note. Looks like they're inbred a little bit to Northern Dancer. I can't remember what the evaluation was on this. Probably fine, but I don't know exactly. This one is one of Sweet Luna's kids. What do we call it? From Sweet Luna and Toshopo. This is Gom Katras. Gom Katras. Gom Katras. Gorm Cutlass, I guess. let's see. Nothing really strikes me as especially stand out on this horse, so I don't know if they're going to be any good or not. Let's see. Okay, this is another Nelson no Chigusa full by Northern Taste. Itanaru Rirapass. Probably pretty good. Unless I think one of I had another full by Chigusa and Northern Taste, and they were pretty strong, so should be fine. And so on is Takai no Kari and Tosho Boy. Did I have another one by with that same pairing? Speed to Symboli, Marzensky, Wishing Wings of Jiri, Tosho Boy, Sweet Luna. And okay, no, that was just a different one. This is Zagabare. No, Sagabare. I don't know, Saga Valley. I don't know. Let's see. That. What was that? Okay, yeah, I was looking at the stars in the bottom right here. I don't know how to pronounce that red one, but that one is, I don't know, I think I don't know exactly. Actually, I'm just going to say I don't know what it is. I just know that sometimes I need to raise it to make my horses win. But the other ones, I think that first one is like burst speed, and the middle one is like stamina, and those are okay. But I'm probably going to want to get that bottom one up. I think that's like guts or something. Prelude is good. And then I've got, oh man, just so many of these goddamn horses. Obanoto is, like, the speed stat's not great, but I mean, he's got 3 G1 wins, so I mean, I guess we take those. And then I'm a devil here is generally pretty good. I don't remember which stat that is on the left there, but I should probably work on raising it a little bit, because this horse is pretty good otherwise. 2 G1 wins, and then 3 other top 3 placements in those. With some wins in the Breeders' Cup Junior Fillies in Turf. So, like, pretty decent all around. Just maybe needs to get that left stat up there to get something going. Or just to improve consistency. Or maybe it's just, maybe I need power, or maybe I need more of the top right stat there, which I think is like competitive desire or something. And maybe the left stat is like guts, because I think the top left stat is like stamina and the bottom left stat is like mental strength, and the bottom right stat is, I think that's just health. So maybe that left stat is guts or something there, just to help him out. Let's see, and this one, Sunday. This is a little up-and-comer. His name is Sunday Sairansu. I can't imagine what that could possibly mean, but he's probably pretty good. Let's see. This Sunday Silence character has a bunch of green skills and some kind of epithet there. Probably pretty good. Most of the other horses don't have that. This one just has classic gear, and this one has like an inherited legend title from his mother, and a single green skill. And Sunday Silence here has like 5 of them. He's probably pretty good. Have you ever heard of this Sunday Silence guy? Let's see, who else do we have here? We've got Speedvine. Speedvine? I don't know. It's Vain. How do they? That, like, I guess that's maybe Vine. Vine? Yeah, I don't... Oh yeah, I guess they're... Yeah, that would have to be Speedvine. And let's see, another Toko Elza Kid by Northern Taste. Toko Elza's mostly pretty unremarkable, but she's had a couple of good, pretty big winners. So that's probably pretty good. Let's see, what's this one? Who's she by? She's by CV Queen and Seattle Slew. Decent on turf. Have I thrown her into anything? Okay, I guess I meant to... so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the schedule, I'm going to press plus, I'm going to get to this spreadsheet here. We're going to sort by race compatibility. Let's see, what's her health looking like? Her health's pretty good. So... I don't know if she's going to be the best, so I'm just going to start her in some... maybe I'll pick a G1 here or there. But she doesn't have a ton of good races by the look of it. Let's try the Belmont Oaks. Let's see, what's that? What is this one? The Lake George Stakes? No, I've already got one in July there, so let's try and get at least a month between all of these. And it's just kind of the race compatibility doesn't give me a lot of hope that her stats are going to be super great. So I'm just going to pick some G2s and G3s mostly. What is this one? American Turf Triple Crown Race. Saratoga Derby something Stakes. I'm going to just stick to the G2s, I think, for this source. Let's see, if there's any, like, really low G1s, maybe I'll try one of those. Like, let's see, this is the Delmar Oaks. Sure, let's give it a shot. Maybe I'll... Let's see, what's the gap there? 7-2 to 8-2. Let's go for this, and then cut out that one, and that should give us a bit more time to prepare for the Delmar Oaks. And then after that... okay, I won't really have another shot until October. Let's just focus on the G3s and see how that's going. What is this? Damn, the American Phillies Turf Triple Crown, one of the races is a G3. Jesus. What a state. Let's see. So after September, maybe... Well, okay. She's not running in the... what is it? She's not running the Breeders' Cup. That's just going to be too much, I think. So let's just go for... I think the rewards here look a little bit better. It's kind of marginal. They're on the same day. So let's try that. And then... maybe round out the year with that. Okay, and how's the schedule looking here? That looks like March, April, May, June, July, August. Oh right, I forgot to... Let's see, this one, which one was I going to get rid of? Oh yeah, I was going to get rid of this one to try the Delmar Oaks. Okay. So let's just put in a couple of gaps there. Month off. Some of these are a little bit too close together. Let's get a couple turns there. Got a couple grazing turns there, and a few grazing turns there. 3 turns of 3 races with a 2-week gap there should be fine. And if it's not, then we cut one of them out, depending on how these G1s have been going, I think. And let's see, this one's also a stakes horse. Kind of decent at both, but let's see how... Okay, so we've got some of these, like, actually recommended. So let's... Oh, wait, you can... Why is it recommending some overseas races? Let's see, how old are you? 3 years old? Agri... Import... Agree import? I don't know. Well, let's see here. What's the... Okay, yeah, this is the Toko Alza one by Northern Taste. Oh, six races, 1 win. Jesus, that's not... That doesn't sound very good. Oh, let's see, 4 second-place finishes. Not the worst, but I mean, if those are all maidens, that's rough. In that case, I think I'm gonna err on the side of discretion here and say, God, that's a lot in America. Let's cut some of that down a bit. You're not running in the Kentucky Derby. So this column here, I think, is something like potential to unlock a title or something. And I like to run horses in those if I can, but if it took this horse 5 tries to win their maiden, that's really not giving me a lot of confidence in their speed. So I'm gonna just kind of focus mostly on G3s and opens, maybe. And you know, maybe they surprise me, but that's not seeming pretty. I just don't like his odds. The John Henry Stakes. We're not going to throw you in the Breeders' Cup Classic. No way. So maybe if we get a better sense of his aptitudes here. Did I just pick up a bunch that he's not actually well suited for? Great. Seems like mostly he's better suited to some races in England. Yeah. Oh wait, is that England or Australia? That's Ireland. Okay. Please forgive me. My kanji reading ability is very bad. So let's see. These are a whole bunch of overseas races, but not the ones in America because it's lumped into overseas instead of using any of the space they have at the top to separate overseas into Europe and America. But let's see here. 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. I think we can probably find a race in America in March or April here. Though a lot of these sure are in England or Germany or Ireland or anywhere except America. That's Germany. This is where France. Yeah, no, I'm just not seeing anything with like especially good compatibility outside of Europe. But this is mostly fine. Do you really have nothing before, like, mid-June? Or rather, May? Yeah, there's nothing. That's... Huh. Wait, let's see, maybe... Yeah, no, let's see. The only one it says that he's, like, super suited for is Breeders' Cup Turf, and that's going to be Bloodbath. And then all the rest are outside of America. Well, do your best here, buddy. Yeah, let's just give you a huge break there. And grazing time there. And let's call that good enough. A bunch of G3s and G2s. Not expecting much there. And then you're going to be running a maiden pretty soon here, as will you, so maybe next turn I can do something there. And then, let's see, did I already do the club horses? I think so. Where is it? There it is. So in the club, we have a couple horses here. There is Soccer Boy, there is Super Creek, and there is Bamboo Memory. They're all pretty good. I'm trying to avoid keeping them all like really lumped together, but that might not be possible. Yeah, Soccer Boy, I've set him for... Let's see, I think... I want to have Sakura Chiono having a little bit less of a tough time in the Derby. So I've opted to, after the Satsuki show, send Soccer Boy to, let's see, is that the Takarazuka? Yeah. And then the Mile Championship there. And then for Super Creek, I've just kind of got him going for a couple of longer G1s and G2s, and then I should probably schedule him for, actually probably the Stayers Million, if I can find it. But definitely the Kiki show. And then, yeah, outside of that, I would probably want to schedule him for the Stayers Million, whenever that is. But I'm mostly keeping the schedule a little bit light until Super Creek here actually gets his second win and opens up more of the schedule, more of the open races, because right now it's a lot of the schedule right now is a bunch of one-win class races and a couple of G3s and G2s, and a couple of G1s, but I want to filter out most of the lower class races just to get to something a little bit better for Super Creek there, before filling out his schedule. And then Bamboo Memory, if memory serves, my Bamboo Memory, if that serves me right, then Bamboo Memory should be pretty good in, like, sprints and, like, maybe some of the mediums, but he's like a sprinter miler at his core. So, let's see, where does it say? Yeah, it says his distance aptitude is mile. Super Creek is a stayer, just really loves longs. Soccer Boy, it says he's good at pretty much everything, but is specialized in mediums. I don't think he's going to do well in longs. I think once it goes above, like, 2,300 meters, 2,400, I think Soccer Boy probably caps out around like 2,200 meters. Maybe he's, or maybe I'm just misremembering, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he's a, let's see, hold on. Dicta Striker can run the Arima, but is mainly more of a says it's all distance, good at everything, but especially mediums. I think that's incorrect. I think Soccer Boy is more of a miler. Really sort of does I think he's going to do a lot better in the sort of 1600, 2200 meter range, probably. Maybe that's also why I decided to take him out of the Japan Derby, Tokyo Yushin, is because I'm pretty sure he's probably capping out around like 2200 in reality. Maybe struggling a little bit outside of mediums. It, like, can probably run some of the mediums, decent in some of them, mainly a miler. Let me see here. Let's see, Soccer Boy, JBS. Soccer Boy's record, race records. Third at the Arima, let's see, one at 1600, one at 2000, one at 1800, 15th in the Derby at 2400, fourth in the NHK High at 2000 meters, third in the some G2 at 2000. Really more, but yeah, I'm looking at his record right now, and it's like he's really good in sort of the mile range, and he can do well at 2500 meters. He can do well at like long mediums and short longs, but it's a lot more dicey. He's really more specialized for like miles and some of the shorter mediums. He can do longer than that, but yeah, I'm just not feeling that. I'm gonna try and keep him in his preferred distance there. And I think I've got, let's see, what do I have VI Numateki at? Okay, yeah. I actually have the distance numbers here. So, like, Yainu Mateki is good at miles and mediums and nothing else. And I'm just going to try and keep him in that range there. And add in a couple of gaps there. And then I'll figure out something after the Yasudakinan here. But Yainu Mateki is just kind of solidly mile medium. So, and that's where I'll keep him, pretty much. I'll run everyone in the Satsuki show, more or less. Everyone goes in the Satsuki show. Because they're all pretty good at miles. They're all pretty good at 2,000 meters, but I really don't like having all of my horses in one race like this. Especially if I can spread them out a little bit more. But even then, it's like I'm throwing a bunch of my horses in the NHK. Well, actually, I should probably take... Oh, no. NHK Mile is way too close to the Derby. No way. What was I thinking? Sakura Chiono should not be in the NHK Mile if I'm planning on having him run in the Derby. But let's add in some grazing hours. And then... what did I do here? What was my plan? Oh, right. I was going to have Chiono run in a couple of overseas races just to get him used to it. I think these should be winnable. They're just kind of... they're G2s, but the prizes are nothing. So that should be pretty doable. And then, let's see. Looks like I'm setting... why am I sending him off to die in... Tenno Autumn and Japan Cup? Why am I doing that? He's going to get killed by Tomomo Cross. There and there. Tomomo Cross is just way too strong. Like, look at this. Oh yeah, that's so great. There's Tomomo. Speed, S+. Everything else, A, S+, A+, A+, A+. Tomomo Cross is too strong. Oguri is also too strong. Sakura Chiono O is pretty good. Not as good as Tomomo Cross. So what am I thinking here? What was I doing? Maybe it's just like, maybe I was just planning on having like something temporary while I was figuring it out. I don't know. maybe I'll go and figure something out after the Derby, or after soccer, after my horses can get some G1 wins under their belt, which is kind of the plan of trying to separate them up a little bit. Just so that they all have a chance. Then I can send them abroad, and then that opens up a few more options for me here. Okay, so let's see. You're useless. You're maybe something. Oh, man. Oh, it's already... So, I don't know if you're saying this. Let me just, like, add a color source or something. Let's see, 550 maybe? And let's see. Let's see, let's change this to like sort of a bright yellow here. And then properties, is there a way I can set this to, there's the alpha channel, okay. So let me just set the alpha, let me cut down the alpha channel a bit here. So let me point out where I'm looking here. That's the retirement recommendation. Sweet Angele here has run in 2 races, and it is already recommending I retire her. Oh, it's also recommending I retire Tomacross, which is weird because Tomacross is, at least I'm pretty sure that says retirement. Yeah. So I think that's retirement recommendation, but that seems weird to me because Tom is only 4 years old, and his growth type is medium. But it's still recommending I retire him. That's kind of weird. I don't know how that's showing up. Maybe if I like go for more of a blue, maybe that'll make it clearer. Yeah. So yeah, there's the retirement recommendation. Maybe that's it for the end of the year. Yeah, there's the age. He's 4 years old, but his growth type here is medium. And I'm just going to move around the colored bar so it's a little bit clearer what the hell I'm talking about. So, I mean, like, he's not on decline, so I don't know why it's recommending retirement. It's not recommending it for anyone else. No. Nothing there. Yeah, no, that's so weird. Tama is only age 4 and has, like, some pretty decent potential, but it's recommending I retire him already? What the hell? Is there, like, some reason? Let's see, what year is it? It's 1988. And then the first child is in 1990. Or I guess to like clarify where I'm looking here, I'm looking down this column. So let's see. Are there any notable, like really notable children here? It looks like they're capping out at like bronze rank. Let's see, what does that say? Beauty Cross. Shiroki Takros. Mysore Sound. Kori's Beauty. Kori's Beauty. Naran Freg. Yeah, none of these sound familiar at all. So I guess maybe it wants him in retirement at the end of the year just to kind of keep in line with Real, but I don't know, he's still performing pretty well. It seems really weird. Maybe I'll see how he's performing by the end of the year, see if that changes anything. Let's see, Ogre is still doing pretty well. Okay. And let me just save real quick. and my throat is killing me, so give me a minute here to pause and come back and get a drink of water or something.